Hello, hello, and welcome to Decorating Distractions with Susan from Color Envy Design, where I'll be bringing you tips, tricks, and strategies to inspire you to love your home a whole lot more while you're staying home a whole lot more. Today's topic is small space, small budget, big impact, and painting a dark space a dark color. I'm coming to you today from a butler pantry, which is a small dark space, and I'd like to go over some of the rationale of why I chose to paint it a dark color, which goes against conventional wisdom. Most people think it's a dark space, let's paint it a lighter color. If you go back to one of my previous videos on my website, colorenvydesign.com, and click on the tips and tricks video tab, you'll see I did a whole video on light reflective value, which kind of goes in depth about how we perceive color based on its light reflective value. But for today's video, we're just going to refer to colors as light and dark. So this is a dark paint that I used, and my rationale is if you're going to be standing in a space like a powder room or a butler pantry like this, and it's dark anyway, okay, let's shut the lights off. Even the brightest white paint is not going to illuminate the space. So when you have that kind of a situation, you might consider painting the space a darker color for some drama and some impact and some interest and something a little unexpected, a little bit of wow in a small space like a powder room or a butler pantry. I'll show you what the hallway looks like in the lighter color in a dark space to kind of explain to you and show you the rationale why that doesn't always work. So let's wheel ourselves over to the hallway here, which is done in a much lighter paint. And again, it's a dark space, but the lighter color paint really doesn't illuminate it. So in keeping with trying to keep the hallway the color of the rest of the floor of the house, I chose to keep that consistent and do that in the vapor trails. But when it came to this butler pantry, I wanted to make a big impact in a small space and a real wow moment. So what I'd like to do before I explain a few details of how I achieved this look, I'm going to stop the video and put up a picture of what this butler pantry looked like before I worked my magic. As you can see, the entire space was very gold. The pecan cabinets, which I decided to keep, okay? In addition, there was some gold paint, and then there also was the granite countertop here, which was very fall with all those orange and Tuscan tones to it, which matches the countertop in the kitchen, which is adjacent to the butler pantry. So the topic of this video is small space, small budget. So I just want to let you know, I did not change the countertop here. I didn't change the granite. What I did was I found a fabulous contact paper that looks exactly like white Carrara marble, and for almost no money, I just completely recovered it. If you look, a little secret here, okay, it's paper, all right, it's contact paper. So bring in a little closer and you can take a look. And no one has ever come into my butler pantry and said, is this contact paper? They say, wow, this is amazing marble. So again, small space, small budget, big impact. For the price of a can of paint and a fabulous roll of contact paper, it made all the difference in this small space. And I always get a big response when people come in here when we entertain and have cocktails here. The other thing I did, if you're really concerned about having things be a little too dark, is I added a nice mirror on the other side here. So take a look at this nice, lovely mirror. All right, and that brings in some sparkle and some shine, and you know, whatever light does come in will bounce off of that mirror. And then of course I repeated the silver in some of my accent pieces here in the butler pantry. And so that's how I achieved a big impact in a small space on a small budget. Hopefully I've inspired you to think about things a little differently when it comes in terms of your powder rooms and your butler pantries and your small dark spaces. If you have any questions about anything I talked about in this video, or if you have any questions about how we can work together, I'd be delighted to hear from you. You're welcome to reach out. You can even text me at 631-629-5577, or you can email me at susan@colorenvydesign.com. I would so love to hear about your project. I offer 30-minute complimentary discovery chats where I can learn all about your project and we can talk all about your color conundrums and decor dilemmas. And again, I love hearing about people's projects because I just love doing this. So please reach out. I'll be so happy to hear from you. In any event, I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I've enjoyed making it for you. And I'm wishing you all the greatest success on your home project, from my home to yours. Cheers, my friends. Enjoy.